talk about street art, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Is it graffiti, sculptures, or murals? Street art is a sort of visual art that usually appears in public spaces such as buildings, street, park, other public surfaces. It comes from graffiti but now has involved a lot of forms. The most common forms of graffiti: sculpture, poster art, sideway chalk art, and spray paint murals.
So street art can be many forms, not just paint murals, you know. But most of my work has been murals. I've done a little bit of sculpture and stuff in parks for councils and things like that as well. But it's always learning. It's always learning about art and murals, and now there's amazing street art, mural artists everywhere. Well, I certainly would like to see more street art in all its forms.
Mural is a popular form of street art in Perth. The distinction between graffiti and street art is that graffiti is normally illegal, but street art is not.
People assume that graffiti is street art, but there's legal and illegal graffiti, if you like, and graffiti can be legal walls are what we paint murals on, and legal walls are a given space where people, artists and even graffiti artists, are allowed to work and do their thing. The illegal ones are usually done on at night, out of sight, quickly, and sometimes they can be very political. Sometimes they're, very often they're just a tag, which is like somebody's name, and the same tag is done everywhere, and it's just really a visual, it just adds a visual noise, if you like, and almost like junk. It doesn't have a value as in something that has been contemplated and designed and is a legal work. So they find, yes, it's really good to have spaces for artists to work and for a legal space. Yep.
Street art now is accepted by mainstream culture, and a lot of street artists can get the permission and fund from the government to create their works. There are a lot of examples that show we can use murals to bring people together and stimulate its economic development. An Australian artist, Matt Adnate, created a mega mural for the Adnate Hotel. It is considered as the largest mural in Western Australia. The mega mural has become one of the most talked about in Australia. It attracts many domestic and international tourists. New York City muralist Janet Braun-Reinitz and Jane Weissman said, "Community murals beautify, educate, protest, celebrate, affirm, organize, and motivate residents to action."
You know, there's the mural paintings that are done for great purpose, for, you know, to tell a very important story, to talk about the history or the culture of the area, and, you know, to have it up there for everyone to look at and to read is incredible. And of course there's just pure decoration, you know, changing an ugly wall where it really has no purpose but besides being a wall into an amazing painting. And, you know, that fact that the artists have free rein to put up there whatever they like is also wonderful. So of course there's sculpture, there's the people that may use the bush behind the wall as part of their mural. We've seen that. The crack in the pavement. I love it how artists are looking at, you know, things that are already happening in the environment and using those in their art. Well, I think we all spend enough time inside, and I think if we can encourage the community to be involved with their community and our community and the city, there's nothing but positive can come from that. And like I said, they feel part of it and they feel like a belonging, and they love to know about the story behind the mural. And I think that the children play a huge part in it. You know, they just love colour and life and fantasy, and I think that's really important.
Street art can also be used as other purpose. The Perth Police Department planned an anti-illegal graffiti operation in 2014. They invited and encouraged Perth artists to paint murals over the illegal graffiti. There are some successful examples that street art helps transform an unknown city from poverty into a famous tourist attraction. The former mayor of City Tirana, Eddie Rama, he not only brings murals and color to many old buildings in Tirana, but also brings hope to the citizens that they can use street art to change the economy of their city step by step. Now, the city of Tirana has become a popular tourist attraction in his country.
I've done murals for communities, and they are to recognise events that have happened, local history, mostly local history, and often the community is involved. So this means that the people actually can relate to the work, and they have help in making it happen as well, and maybe design work. I might do workshops with them. So number one, they often get a mural done of the community, local history, and then follows a tourism element. People come by, they just come to have a look at the murals, and they come and they spend money in town, you know, stay overnight and do tours and so forth. So it also brings economic benefits to the towns, where they might be having little trade, little visitors, and then they have artwork in the town. So people come through them, just do a detour, let's go this way, check out the murals, fantastic. And so it builds, and it actually can bring to life towns that are dying. And now everybody's moving to the city. It's very important for the people to go out in the country and spend their money, and murals help to make that happen, I think.
The Independent Perth Arts Organisation, FORM, has invited dozens of artists to paint murals on walls in the suburbs of Fremantle, Victoria Park and Claremont since 2014. Most of those places have become famous tourist attractions, especially in Fremantle. Many international tourists come here because it's famous street arts. Street art is not just a method to stimulate economy, but also can help improve the mental health of citizens.
No matter what people say, art is in everything, and it's very important for our soul and for our well-being, our mental well-being, to see colour and to see art around. So that's been proven by scientists. So it's very valuable, not just for the commercial reasons, but for our mental health, for the whole public, yes.
As I said, it brings magic to the community. It brings a surprise element. It brings visual pleasure. It tells a story. It changes a wall from a blank wall to a beautiful imagery, and that just builds and builds and builds, and the community connects with it and they align with it, and you know, it belongs to them and they see it as belonging to them. And I think it just creates a more visual environment, and people really connect to that. You just have to look around Perth and see what's happening from the last few years of the percentage of art that is been implemented. I think Perth's going to be very well known for its murals and art around the city, and it's just becoming amazing. And I love it when I drive around and there's a mural appeared that I never knew that was there before, and there it is. It just contributes to the visual environment. There's so many positives to have murals painted everywhere. It just changes the landscape. It brings joy and magic into a city, and I think they're very important.
Perth now has an impressive outdoor gallery, its own street art tours, and amassed worldwide attention. These murals can bring economic benefits to the local restaurants and hotels.
Certainly, if they want to, like some places actually have mural festivals, and that's to encourage people to come to the town, especially for tourism, which is really important. Now tourism is so important to towns and communities. It brings people along, and then they spend money, and it boosts the local economy as well.
In the future, street art will continue to be an important part in Perth. We would like to see more and more people participate in this art form.